Right then, you, yes you, come and sit down. Stop swiping through whatever it is you're swiping through and listen. I am only going to say this once, and it is much more interesting than whatever meme you are currently watching. Forget everything you think you know about Isaan's history. This is not just about dusty old maps in moth-eaten archives. Oh no, this is about a hidden colonial agenda, a cocktail of greed, arrogance, and the sheer bureaucratic silliness that redrew an entire region. It sparked betrayals that echo through families to this day, and it created the Isaan you think you know. Besides, you will not believe the banana-shaped truth hiding in plain sight. No, I have not been in the sun too long. Just listen. We are told Isaan is ancient and timeless, that its borders with Laos and Cambodia are as fixed as the sunrise over the Mekong. Rubbish. Absolute tosh. The only thing fixed around here, until about 100 years ago, was the determination of the local buffalo to stand exactly where you needed to plough. The land was a tapestry of fluid loyalties, Mung here, princely domains there, kinship networks everywhere. The lines were written in river currents and spoken stories, not ink. Then they arrived, with their compasses, their hunger, and their frankly concerning obsession with tropical fruit. Which brings us inevitably to this, a banana. Not the heroic elephant, not the sacred lotus, the banana. The humble koi. Do not smirk. This yellow fellow is the unexpected, slightly squishy key to the completely confounded mess. See, while we were all picturing pith-helmeted adventurers seeking gold or glory, the real scramble for Isaan was, in part, a scramble for dessert. The late 1800s, Europe was developing a ravenous middle-class sweet tooth. Bananas, the exotic, creamy, conveniently packaged fruit of empire. Suddenly, land that grew bananas was not just farmland, it was a strategic asset. So, imagine the scene. French planters sniffing opportunity from their bases in Saigon and Phnom Penh look north and west. The fertile valleys of what is now eastern Isaan. Banana paradise. British interests lurking in Burma and Malaya are also peering over Siam's shoulder, worried about French expansion. What's more, bang in the middle, Siam's brilliant, desperate royal court playing a breathtakingly risky game of survival ping-pong between two imperial giants. This, my friends, is where the map gets ugly. Enter the cartographers, a generous term for a mix of hungover French naval officers, bored British surveyors, and Siamese nobles trying to save the kingdom by sacrificing its edges. They would ride, or more likely be carried to some malarial river bend, argue in the sweltering heat, and draw a line. Take the Franco-Siamese Treaty of 1904, a masterpiece of indifference. The Mekong River was to be the border, they declared. Neat and tidy. Except it was not. The river has islands, shifts course, and whole communities lived on both sides. Did anyone ask the Lao-speaking families fishing those waters if they fancied becoming French or Siamese? Do not be daft. A man went to sleep Siamese and woke up French because a diplomat in Paris liked his morning smoothie. Besides, the Anglo-Siamese treaties. Good Lord. Lines were drawn with a straight ruler on a small scale map, as one report admitted. They cut through ancient migration routes, through the heart of the Khmer-speaking Soi communities, through villages that had shared weddings and funerals for centuries. It was less geography, more graphic design for the Imperial Annual Report. The betrayal was not just abstract. It was deeply, bitterly personal. Overnight, you were on the wrong side. Your cousins were now foreigners. The temple where your ancestors' ashes rested was in another country. The French imposed head taxes and conscription. The Siamese, in a panic to typify their new borderlands, launched harsh cultural edicts. For speaking Lao or Khmer in school, you were punished. All your local stories, your scripts, your identity branded backward, suspicious. All because a line drawn for the convenience of banana tariffs and buffer states had fallen over your life like a cage. Moreover, you think this is just history. Drive to the border towns today. The awkwardness is palpable. The same folk music, the same sometown recipe, the same spirit houses, but different flags, different currencies, different bureaucratic nightmares. That shimmering sense of being slightly separate, even from Bangkok. Sprinkle some of that colonial era marginalisation on top of older, legitimate regional pride, and you have the complex identity stew of modern Isaan. However, and here is where I stop grumbling for a blessed second, the story does not end with a grumpy old man and a map. All across Isaan, people are reclaiming the narrative. They are digging deeper than the colonial lines. Scholars and villagers are mapping the old Hmong, reviving the forgotten scripts, recording the oral histories that the straight lines try to sever. The UNESCO Isaan World Heritage Project is not about borders. It is about cultural flow, the music, the silk patterns, the shared pilgrimage routes that laugh at the Frenchman's map. They are building museums, teaching the kids the old stories alongside the national curriculum. They are saying, we are not just a border town drawn by others. We are a crossroads that chose its own blend. So, what is the point of this ramble? Why should you care about some dead men's bad draftsmanship? Because the map is not the territory. The lines they drew were about power, not people. About fruit, not families. Knowing that, truly knowing that, is a form of liberation. It tells you that the identity can be fluid, that cultures are resilient, and that the most official truth often has the shakiest of foundations. It reminds us to always ask who benefits from this line and what was here before it. Therefore, next time you peel a banana, for heaven's sake, just think about it. Consider the absurd, globe-trotting drama that might be coiled within its skin. It is more interesting thought than whatever it is on the telly. Right, I am off. The geckos are plotting to take over the porch again, and I need to assert my own territorial boundaries. A chap has to have borders, after all, even silly ones. If your family has a story from when the border moved, or if you have seen the ghosts of these old lines in your community, tell us about it in the comments below. Let us make a better, messier and more truthful map together. Now, be a good sort, hit the like button and subscribe for more tales of historical mischief. I might even show you the mango-related scandal of 1923. It is a shocker. Nevertheless, history is just a story. Something someone knows about or knew. But in my case, it is just my story. Take care and goodbye.